Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachak Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutation, much love and respect to Joachim out there pushing this word out in truth and sincerity. Now, I want to do a lesson dealing with, the food that we eat on a daily basis. Because the food that you eat is very important to building your temple, okay? To keeping your temple strong, keeping your temple, undefiled, okay? The foods that we eat. Now, of course, Yahushua said, it's not what goeth into a man that defileth him, but what cometh out. Ultimately, you have to also get the context of what he was speaking about, because he was dealing with the washing of hands. All right, because the Israelites had a custom that had nothing to do with the scriptures. They just made up their own law, okay, because they were making up laws at that time at a high rate and adding on to the scriptures. So one of the things that they had was that you had to wash your hands thoroughly before you eat. Now, that's not in the law that you have to wash your hands thoroughly before you eat. Okay? So they were getting on the disciples and Yahushua about that. So Yahushua said, it's not what goeth into a man that defileth him, but what cometh out of a man that defileth him. Now, the scriptures also say this. Let's get 1 Corinthians 3 and verse 16. It says, know ye not that ye are the temple of the Most High, and that the Spirit of the Most High dwelleth in you? If any man defile the temple of the Most High, him shall the Most High destroy, for the temple of the Most High is holy, which temple ye are. All right, so you're not supposed to defile your temple. Now let's look up this word defile. And the temple is speaking about your body. Okay. You see, Prince had a song, there's thieves in the temple tonight. Well, the temple is your body. The word there is thyro. And it says corrupt, to corrupt oneself, be corrupt, defile, destroy. You're not supposed to destroy your body. So what's an example of destroying your body? Cigarettes, all right, smoking, an excess of drinking, an excess of eating bad foods that are not good for you, all right? Of course, in excess, because all this food is corrupt, but you don't just pick the worst out of the worst. No, you try to get the best out of the worst for the most part. You also have that juice. That's the main way people are defiling their temple now is by taking that juice. Their bodies break it down. They start getting the shakes, start doing the Harlem Shake, Start doing the chicken noodle soup with the soda on the side. All right. Because what? They took that juice. All right. And their body is corrupt now. Their body is defiled and destroyed. It says to corrupt, to destroy. In the opinion of the Jews, the temple was corrupted or destroyed when anyone defiled or in the slightest degree damaged anything in it, or if its guardians neglected their duties, right? And this, well, guess what? You're supposed to be the guardian of your body, okay? And you're not supposed to allow anything to break it to the best of your ability, okay? You're supposed to take care of yourself, of your body. The scriptures also says, if a man loveth not himself, how can he love someone else? All right. Or if he hate himself, how can he love somebody else? Roughly paraphrase it. It says to lead away a Christian church from the state of knowledge and holiness in which it ought to abide, to be destroyed, to perish, in the ethical sense, to corrupt, to deprave. Okay. To deprave. Let's look up this word deprave real quick. says, make someone immoral or wicked. That's a spiritual sense. Okay? That's a spiritual sense. Okay? To pervert, to debauch, to debase, to subvert, to warp, to corrupt. Okay. All right. So you get the point on that. We're not supposed to defile our bodies. Now, this is why it's important that you take care of what you put into your body. This is not, we're at the end now and the Most High is going to deliver us. Let us just do what we want with our bodies. The Lord explicitly said, very simply said, that he who defileth his body, the Most High will destroy him. So you better take care of your body. You better be mindful of what you put into your body. This is Proverbs 14 and verse 15. It says, the simple believeth every word, but the prudent man looketh well to his going. You see? So this is why we always read ingredients, man. I'll speak for myself. I've always been reading ingredients. I know brothers in general read ingredients a lot. Okay, we don't just pick up something and just eat it. All right, we're always reading ingredients. We're always checking things out, researching certain foods, seeing what's good for you, what's not, what's GMO, what's not, to the best of our ability. Obviously, not every single thing you'll catch or whatever the case is, but it shows that we care what goes into our body. This is Ecclesiasticus 30 in verse 25, and it says, a cheerful and good heart will have a care of his meat and diet. A cheerful and good heart will have care of his meat and diet. Okay, so if you're not a cheerful and good heart, you're not going to care what you eat. You're going to eat whatever, man. All right? Fried chicken every day. Wendy's every day. I know Subway, they got the fake tuna, but it tastes good though. I'm gonna eat that often. No, you have to be mindful of what meat you're eating and what your diet is, man. Okay, and really in this American diet, this Babylonian Edomite diet, really it's an Edomite diet. You got 3 meals a day. That's being insatiable. 3 big meals a day, man. You got breakfast. You got the 4 eggs. You got the meat on the side, and then you got the toast. Then you got some orange juice. And then for lunch, you got a Subway sandwich with some chips. And then for supper. And in between this, you're having snacks, by the way. And then for supper, you got a big, spaghetti with the meatballs and this and that's insatiable, man. That's really insatiable. But this is how we were raised up. Okay, we were raised up in this society to eat that way. But is that the way we're really supposed to be eating? No, we're not. Okay, we're really not, man. We're really not. I believe in the ancient world, they didn't eat till like later on in the day. Okay, like 12 o'clock or whatever when people would consider lunchtime, that's when they started to eat. They didn't really deal with the breakfast thing like that. So you got to take care of your diet and what you're putting into your body. As a matter of fact, let's look up this word diet. Yeah, we're gonna look at words today, man. If you're bored, then turn off the video, man. Diet means the kinds of food that a person, animal, or community habitually eats. So it's about what you habitually eat. If you sometimes, every now and then you feel like you want to get a cheeseburger, that's cool, but make sure it's not habitual, because your habits create who you are. Your habits create who you are. Okay? You could tell who a person is based upon their habits, what they do habitually, not what you do once in a blue moon. Okay? Because we are in the flesh. We are in the flesh. So every now and then, you might want to get a cheeseburger. You might want to get a hot dog. I don't want to suggest that, but you might want to get a hot dog. Chicken hot dog or whatever the case is. You know what I'm saying? Or some French fries. Or what we have up here is the poutine. That's no good, but certain brothers love the poutine. They'll curse me out if they don't get their poutine. Okay? Oh, you saying I can't eat poutine, Ak? They'll curse me out. You see what I'm saying? But you can have that every now and then. Just don't make it a habitual thing. Eating that 2-3 days out the week, your meal is a poutine 3 times out the week, 3-4 times out the week. All right, even 2 or 3 times out the week. Yeah, it's just, unless you're really going in on the healthy foods, then at least you're balancing it out. Okay. Okay, it says a special course of food which one restricts oneself either to lose weight or medical reasons. Restrict oneself to small amounts of special kinds of food in order to lose weight, or for your health in general. So we got the meaning on that. Beautiful. Let's go to Ecclesiasticus. Oh, look at that. As we're speaking about it, look, the devil pops up. McDonald's. But that's the spirit. None of you brothers and sisters should be going to no McDonald's. All right? You shouldn't be eating McDonald's. You shouldn't be eating Burger King. You're going off. Really at all. 0. Not sometimes. This is madness. Okay? And you look into what they actually put in their meat and all. It's complete it's satanic food. Do not eat that. Okay? Neither do you want to eat. Because really, when you look deep into it, there's some reports that say they have actual human meat in that. Okay? So you don't want to mess with that. Okay? They have studies where people actually have their burgers. They keep it there for like 10, 15 years, and the burger still looks exactly the same as when they first bought it. That's not food. Okay, that is not food. That does not break down in your system. That is not food. Okay? You want to stay away from that at all costs. Any of those big chains, I avoid. Any big chains. Those, that's worldwide and stuff like that. No, I avoid that. Okay? Burger King, McDonald's, Wendy's, any of those things, I avoid that. And by the way, these other places, these little mom and pop spots, they have better burgers than them. So I don't know what's the point of going there. It says, be not insatiable in any dainty thing, nor too greedy upon meats. Don't eat too much. Don't overeat. See? That's what I used to do. I used to be, as Mom Dukes used to say, eyes are bigger than your belly. Sometimes you get that because what? You're in the flesh. All right? So you have to really examine the amount, the quantity. Okay? The quantity. Now let's read down a bit more. It says, for excess of meats bringeth sickness, and surfeiting will turn into choler. Let's look at this word surfeiting and choler. Okay, so excess of meat, when you eat too much, especially too much meat, that turns into sickness. So you got, it's Satan. Sometimes, yeah, it was Satan, but you you conceded to Satan. All right, you consented unto Satan sometimes. All right. It says, cause someone to desire no more of something as a result of having consumed or done it to excess. You know, when you eat and you're like, oh, you unbuckle your belt and you hold your belly because you done ate to the limit. You're not supposed to eat to the limit. You're not supposed to eat till your belly is bloated. Okay, you're supposed to eat till you're full. Okay, maybe a bit more after that. All right, but that's about it. You don't keep on just eating just because it's on the plate. No. All right. You know, Jake, you'll get you'll get some whoopings if you don't eat the full plate. But that's really wicked, because you're not, if you can't eat no more, you can't eat no more. You ain't supposed to eat in excess. All right. All right. So that's surfeiting, which means you're full. You unbuckle your belt because your belly's too bloated. That will lead to choler. Let's look up the word choler. Let's look up the word choler. Yeah, we're looking at words today. Okay. It says anger or irascibility. I heard that too. Right. I heard that too. When you eat too much meat, it actually leads to like, you actually become irritated. You become angry. When you eat too much meat, you become easily irritated. Give me a second. Let me see if I could find a study on that. I heard about that. I've heard that before, but I'm not sure if I can find it here. Let's see here. It says anger management, how food affects your mood. Anger is connected to nutrition. Okay. So we know which I know that anger is connected to nutrition. Absolutely. But there was something that I seen specifically dealing with an overeating of meat that actually makes you more irritable. Okay, anyways, regardless of that, well, maybe I'll do a lesson on that some other time. But that was the point that I was making. Dealing with that. Now let's deal with drunkenness, because a lot of brothers are defiling their bodies with drunkenness, man. We're drinking too much, man. All right. This is Ephesians 5:18. It says, "And be not drunk with wine wherein is excess, but be filled with the Spirit." Okay, you can't be filled with the Spirit if you're constantly drinking. Okay, if you're not sober. Okay, you're always drinking. So you're not going to be filled with the Spirit. Wine is a mocker, strong drink is raging, and whosoever is deceived thereby is not wise. And you see those people who don't know how to act when they're drunk, those people are not wise. Those people are fools. Okay? Because you should be able to have enough common sense to know how to act when you're drunk. Okay, they're being deceived by the wine. All right, thinking that they're in their natural state while they're drunk. Okay, now the works of the flesh are manifest, which are these: adultery, fornication, uncleanness, lasciviousness. And when you go down, I believe it says drunkenness, and these are of the flesh. Okay, idolatry, witchcraft, hatred, variance, emulation, wrath, strife, sedition, heresies, envyings, murders, drunkenness, that's of the flesh, man. Revelings and such like, of the which I tell you, as I have also told you in the past, in time past, that they which do such things shall not inherit the kingdom of the Most High. You understand? So you can't, if you're a drunkard, you're not going to enter into the kingdom. The same way an effeminate is not going to enter into the kingdom. Okay? Because you don't got no damn. You're all into the flesh. If you drunken all the time, you're into the flesh. You're not into the spirit. This is Proverbs 23 and 29. It says, "Who hath woe? Who hath sorrow? Who hath contentions? Who hath babbling? Who hath wounds without cause? Who hath redness of eyes?" Wounds without cause. Redness of eyes. Hold on, let's see. "They that tarry long at the wine, they that go to seek mixed wine." Let's read that again, man. It says, "Who hath woe?" Okay. "Who hath sorrow?" That's what drinking too much leads to sorrow, leads to woe, leads to depression, leads to all that, man. "Who hath contentions?" Problems with other people. All right. Which I've gotten into certain problems based upon, you know what I'm saying? Back in the day. So these things lead to, and many people I know have gotten to contentions based upon an excess of drink. "Who hath babbling?" Yeah, a lot of babbling going on with these people. "Who hath wounds without cause?" Fights, bar fights, all kind of things. "Who hath redness of eyes?" They that tarry long at the wine, they that go to seek mixed wine. "Look not thou upon the wine when it is red, when it giveth his color in the cup, when it moveth itself all right. At the last it biteth like a serpent, and stingeth like an adder. Thine eyes shall behold strange women, and thine heart shall utter perverse things. Yea, thou shalt be as he that lieth down in the midst of the sea, or as he that lieth upon the top of a mast." Right, and I know brothers get together and they start to they freestyle sometimes and all that, when they're drunk or whatever the case, or they're drinking with brothers or whatever the case is, they start to freestyle. Don't be using the name of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai in your freestyles, man. I'm just gonna say that because I always thought that was foolish, man. Because you first of all you're drunk, all right, you're drinking, and secondly, freestyle, you don't know what could come out, man. You know what I'm saying? That's off the top. You're kind of spitting in the spirit. You're not really thinking, all right, so to speak. It's going off the top. Whatever comes to your mind, you kind of say it to a certain degree. It says, "Yeah, thou shalt be as he that lieth down in the midst of the sea, or as he that lieth upon the top of a mast. They have stricken me. Shalt thou say, I was sick? I was not sick. They have beaten me, and I felt it. When shall I awake? I will seek it yet again." All right. This is Luke 21 and verse 34. It says, "And take heed to yourselves, lest at any time your hearts be overcharged with surfeiting," which we read about, eating too much, "and drunkenness, and cares of this life, and so that they come upon you unawares." That's why I say we have to tap into the spirit and not into the flesh. That way you won't be worried about drinking all the time. You won't be worried about eating food all the time. All right, thinking about that bread that perisheth all the time. Okay, tap more into the spirit. All right, so that's pretty much the point on that. That's pretty much the point on that. Don't eat, just eat whatever, and don't be a drunkard, man. Okay, don't eat whatever and don't be a drunkard. Very, very important. So with that, I'll say hopefully that was edifying, and shalom to the elect.